Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 3, text number 29. Janmaguhyam Bhagavato Yayetat Prayato Naraha Sa Shayam Pratar Granan Bhaktya Dukkha Gramad Vimuchyate Janmaguhyam Bhagavato Yayetat Prayato Naraha Sayam Pratar Granan Bhaktya Dukkha Gramad Vimuchyate Janmaguhyam Bhagavato Yayetat Prayato Naraha Sayam Pratar Granan Bhaktya Dukkha Gramad Vimuchyate. Janma, birth, Guhyam, mysterious, Bhagavato, of the Lord, Yaha, one, Etat, all these, Prayataha, carefully, Naraha, man, Sayam, evening, Prataha, morning, Granan, recites, Bhaktya, with devotion, Dukkha Gramad, from all miseries, Vimuchyate, gets relief from. Translation. Whoever carefully recites the mysterious appearances of the Lord with devotion in the morning and in the evening gets relief from all miseries of life. Purport. In the Bhagavad Gita, the personality of Godhead has declared that anyone who knows the principles of transcendental birth and activities of the Lord will go back to Godhead after being relieved from this material tabernacle. So simply knowing factually the mysterious way of the Lord's incarnation in this material world can liberate one from material bondage. Therefore, the birth and activities of the Lord as manifested by Him for the welfare of the people in general are not ordinary. They are mysterious, and only by those who carefully try to go deep into the matter by spiritual devotion is the mystery discovered. Thus, one gets liberation from material bondage. It is advised, therefore, that one who simply recites this chapter of Bhagavatam describing the appearance of the Lord in different incarnations, in sincerity and devotion, can have insight into the birth and activities of the Lord. The very word vimukti or liberation indicates that the Lord's birth and activities are all transcendental. Otherwise, simply by reciting them, one could not attain liberation. They are therefore mysterious, and those who do not follow the prescribed regulations of devotional service are not entitled to enter into the mysteries of His births and activities. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Vadamaya Tadati Swarpapam Vanchakalpatrubhyascha Kupa Sindhibhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Amum Mangarekiram Yatkrupatamaham Mande Tirataranam Pramanam Madhavam Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarne Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare अष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी. Whoever carefully recites the mysterious appearances of the Lord with devotion in the morning and in the evening gets relief from all miseries of life.
Audio is being relayed, Prabhu.
Oh, okay. Unfortunate, fortunate.
Fortunately.
Thank you for giving opportunities. Thank you for that too. We are blessed to hear Srimad Bhagavatam every day, somehow that too in the temple, right? And on the top of it, this is the month of Damodar. Whatever you do, the devotion service will multiply. Thousands, millions, depends on our intent and depends on our devotion as well. So actually we are blessed, we are really fortunate to sit and hear Bhagavatam. But if you understand the so many times you would have heard every day read Bhagavatam in the morning. It's very fantastic, it is good. Last time when I discussed on the Narayana Rishis, I was talking about, I heard from Tamal Krishna Maharaj. He was telling the important thing in our life, for everyday life, for a devotee, is to follow this sadhana bhakti, rise early in the morning, do Mangalarati, Tulsi Puja, Srimad Bhagavatam, and then chanting, basically chanting and Srimad Bhagavatam. If you do all this in the morning, sadhana bhakti, your life is successful and you don't have to do anything for controlling mind. Nothing is required, and day flows very smoothly and life takes care of everything. Even though it is 24 hours, if you do that in the morning, you feel that 24 hours is expanding. Knowingly, we know that, but depends on how we do it, what we do it. So, but if you sincerely follow, the process works. And then it is justifying again in this verse that whoever, this is whoever, anybody for that matter, whoever with devotion in the morning and the evening gets relief from all miseries of life. So as a grihastha, doesn't matter whether the grihastha, sannyasi, whoever it is, if we don't follow our scriptural injunctions, especially with our spiritual masters' instructions to follow the sadhana bhakti, there is no way that we can be relieved from our material bombardment every day. It clearly says the miseries. So how many miseries we have in our lives? Going to the office is a misery. Get up early in the morning is a misery. Do the duty is a misery.
Dealings with husband and kids and what?
Kids, having kids and maintaining them and giving them what they want is a misery. And if you don't satisfy them, that's also misery. If children want something, we'll take to the shop and they will see so many things, they'll load the shopping cart, and then if you don't give them what they want, that's also another misery.
Misery to the other people in the shop as well.
Correct. So that's the misery. So it's like we are thinking, how do we get rid of these miseries? We are doing a lot of exercise every day on how to do this, get rid of these miseries. That's the whole plan, right? The whole day we'll be thinking about how do we get out of all these problems. In India, I heard from my IT company's friends, A lot of CDs of meditations are sold nowadays. Hmm? And a lot of yoga, people never even thought of doing yoga. Now they want to do yoga, they want to do pranayam, they want to do, you know,
Mindful.
whatever. Every day they are thinking about all this, because I sent one message to my group, my family group, in saying, one day I just sent one verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. One, of course, so many people were there in the group. One person was interested, inspired, and say, can we have one message every day? Of course, I'm not doing regularly, but at least one person was interested as a family, right? So I was inspired. Wow, that's good. So we never know, because that means so many people are actually waiting outside for that message. But if we are not going and doing it, actually it is not their problem. It is our problem as a devotee. And Tama Krishna Maharaj was telling, reading this Srimad Bhagavatam in the morning and evening, especially with this chapter, it's true, but it's actually reinforced with the devotion service. Instead of hearing all this, what is that we need to do as a devotee is to do a book distribution. He was talking about it. Book distribution, go to door, give them and inspire them. If we are not doing it, we are not following it, then how do you think the other people will follow? Looking at the person who is inspired, they will also follow. Dhananjay Pandit Prabhu was giving me a couple his pastimes. One day he was chanting in the parking lot here, going around in the evening. One person was actually walking on that sidewalk in the street. He suddenly saw Dhananjay Pandit Prabhu, it seems, and he just turned around and came inside the temple. And then they introduced themselves and they say, I felt something different when I saw you, that's why I came. Think about it. And Prabhu had a very good conversation with him, and he was very inspired, sad, and then he said he invited to the temple, and then he went back. And day before yesterday, Prabhu was telling that one professor from Harvard University, who used to live in Chicago some time ago, he just visited in the evening, and he had a lot of conversation with Prabhu. And then finally, Prabhu, the way Prabhu explained was, who are you, what's your responsibility here? He did not say, I am a priest, I am not this. And he directly said, Gopi Parda Palakamalaya Dasa Dasa no Dasa, I am the servant of the servant. That's what he said, it seems. Normally I don't say that, but for him, I said I didn't even know that he was a professor. And then just that sentence of servant of a servant, that person was inspired. And they had a lot of good conversation again. And finally, he said, I am very much interested, very much inspired. See? So there are so many people waiting outside, but if we are not ready to go and preach them, it is not their mistake. Krishna has given that opportunity so that too, it is not only our miseries, even others' miseries also. Because if the life is miserable and people don't know, they are all looking for an answer. What to do, what not to do. Sometimes, there are so many family issues, so many things. It's very difficult for all of us to, even coming in the morning for Srimad Bhagavatam class, right? Of course, they will have their plans to hear Bhagavatam at home. It's not that, they're not coming to the temple, nothing like that. But it will be nice to all have a Krishna Katha in the morning, right? Coming and sitting and hearing Krishna Katha, exchange of the realizations. That will be beautiful. I feel that we are all missing in that way. It will be nice. Bhakti Vrikshas, of course, is good. Nowadays, that's also kind of, everybody is busy and then they have their own duties, something like that. But yes, we need to associate. We need to do more and more Krishna Katha. Whenever we come and discuss, normally me and Dhananjay Pandit Prabhu, we come here, we do something, and but suddenly it goes to, you know, Parasparam will start about Krishna Katha. Somehow, it's like, wow, what does that make, you know? Because the way he is, you know, the way Prabhu is, he's totally different. I'm actually totally inspired, honestly. The moment I come to him, I offer my obeisances, and then I'll speak something and I'll ask something about Krishna. It's like the way a devotee is actually like this, right? The moment you see devotee, you feel happy. That's what devotee is. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there was a question from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is a devotee? The person who chants Hare Krishna, the person who chants Srimad Bhagavatam, person who said this, that, there are so many explanations. And finally he said that the person who just see him become happy and satisfied, that is a devotee. Like that. When you see Maharaj, you don't have to do anything, just have this darshan. We go to Tirtha Yatras. That's wonderful. But that Tirtha Yatra, the person who is carrying Krishna, we are going for Tirtha Yatra, but for what? To see Krishna, to hear the pastimes of Krishna. But pure devotee comes in, we have to just looking at him, we'll be satisfied. Why? Because the pure devotee is carrying Krishna in his heart. And we are seeing him. Seeing him means we are seeing Krishna. And we are associating him. So we are completely satisfied. That is what Tirtha is. Right? So all the misery, just if you, it's also said, if you even hear a Krishna Katha from a pure devotee, your miseries are gone. Yeah, it's completely gone. Yeah, but it depends on how we practice, how we take it, and what intention. And that is the thing, you know. That's the most important thing. So the material existence, as we know, is very difficult. Somehow we came here to this material world, and then trying to be happy, which we cannot be happy. We have to realize that we will never be happy. And then our constitutional portion is to surrender to Krishna as Gopi Partha Pada Kamalayor Dasa Dasa Anudasa, because we are Jivera Swarupai Krishnera Nitya Das. That's what it says, right? So if you have that in place, then we will be all smoothened out, happy. And you know, there was one conversation, one of the devotees, hey, what is that we need to do in this material world? For a devotee, everybody thinks about going back to God. He says, if you read every day in the morning, every day in the evening, the Krishna Katha, especially with the incarnations, with your full rapt attention, then you can go back to God. And for a devotee, that doesn't matter whether he is in this material world, whether he is going to the next birth, that doesn't matter, because he is always already happy, he is already liberated. Whether you are now, we are thinking that we are in the material world, but for a devotee practicing Krishna consciousness, sincerely, for he is always happy. It doesn't matter whether he wants to take another birth or whether he takes, go back to the Godhead, that doesn't matter. Living this material world is always happy. That should be our, how do we get there? How do we get there is in question. But it is been said that for a devotee it doesn't matter wherever he is. I don't have to think about, I'm going back to God, I want to do this. No. Just do Krishna Seva. That is, our whole thing is reinforced with the devotion service. If we do the devotion service, Krishna will reveal himself in our heart. The Bhagavata Katha, it's miraculous. It is actually mysterious. In one sense, it is mysterious for the people who don't understand Krishna. But people who understand Krishna, it's nothing mystery. Krishna will reveal in their heart. There was a thief, happened to, he had a lot of good treasure that day, because he stole a lot of treasure somewhere. And on his way back, somehow there was a Bhagavatam Katha going on. He stopped by, he said, you know what, I did a lot of bad things. Maybe I'll have some little pious things today. So he sat at the edge of the Bhagavad Katha. That means, not many people here, on the edge, sitting here. They were doing so many recitations and katha, but only one sentence came into his mind of hearing, saying, if you offer a flower to Vishnu, you will be liberated. That stuck in his heart. Think about all of us. Even though we hear 1 hour of Srimad Bhagavatam or 2 hours of Srimad Bhagavatam, somehow we will take something from that class, that which inspires us, and then we'll be meditating on that day, right? Just one, maybe not everything, but maybe few things. Like that for him, he did not, even though he did not focus, maybe we don't know. He just sat, but one word, one sentence touched his heart, that one. Then in few days, it was the last moments of his life as well, and he passed away that time. Yamadutas came in. He went to Yamaraj. Yamaraj asked him, okay, you have a lot of bad karma, but you have few good karma. Do you want to relish and enjoy your good karma first, or you want to enjoy your bad karma? Not enjoy, suffer your bad karma. What do you want to do? That person was intelligent, it seems. He said, I want to go with the results of good karma. And so that Srimad Bhagavatam hearing for him, okay, this is the good karma for you, for this present situation. So he was sent to higher planetary system. Somehow he remembered that when you offer that flower to Lord Vishnu, you will be liberated. He went to that, and before entering Amaravati, there was a field of lotus flowers. Field. Then he took a lot of lotus flowers, and then he started Om Narayana Namaha, Om Narayana Namaha. Just started taking lotus and just started throwing and saying Om Narayana. And few moments later, Yamadutas came in. Your results are done. You are coming back. And when he goes to Yamaraj, he says, no, I have credited more good karma. See? That means his face value changed. It's all completely different now. So, even a little bit of Salpamapyasya Dharmasya Trayato Mahato Bhayat. A little bit devotional service, even a little bit, it will count a lot, which we don't realize. So it's important for us to do even a little Bhagavata Katha, which will eternally stored in our bank account. We may think, what is this story? But it is eternally stored in our bank accounts, which we don't realize now. But it is very important to know that we need to hear Srimad Bhagavatam every day. So, Yoga Maya and Mahamaya, the way when you are in the devotees association, in Srimad Bhagavatam, Sadhana Bhakti, everything, Yoga Maya will take care of you. Correct? If you are out of that, Mahamaya will distract. Actually, she is the one who distracts you to remember even Krishna, because we are coming here to enjoy, and she is actually giving a lot of facility to enjoy. She is actually providing what you want. What we want, she is providing. It is nothing wrong in what she is doing for us. It's actually innumerable things, not 1, 2, 3. There are millions she is giving us every day to enjoy what we want. That is the Mahamaya. But if you are intelligent enough and we think, no, Devi Esha Gunamayi Mama Maya Dhuratyaya, I don't want that, I want to have shelter of Krishna's lotus feet, then the whole thing changes and we are under the influence of Yoga Maya rather than the Mahamaya, and then we'll be happy. This is the most, and then what happens? These threefold miseries. Misery, what misery is? Threefold miseries, right? Adhyatmika, Adi Bhautika, Adi Daivika. One with the cause, the miseries which is caused by one's own mind and body. The misery is caused by other living entities, and the misery is caused by Daivi Shakti, Devatas. Whether it is, we are thinking that, oh, what kind of misery is just for me? No, even for the country. Think about it, right? The so-called such a nice country, America, but why the hurricane is coming? Why there is a wildfire in the California region? And whereas there is always a fear of war somewhere, and the terrorist attack somewhere going on. Now we think that we are in a safer world, but right in Aurora, a few months ago, there was a shooting. So we don't know what kind of misery can come anytime. So it's not that the person who is sitting going to the factory, to the industry, to work, what is his fate? Somebody comes and just shoot him. He did not think about, he was happy in the family, and he goes to the work as a every day, and he goes and he loses his life. What does that mean? This misery is from other living entities. Somebody is disturbed and he is killing everyone. And it's nothing, nothing in our control, and I don't know what we can do. It doesn't mean based on the destiny we can change the destiny. Krishna can change the destiny. If he wants, it's been said, right? Mare Krishna Rake Krishna Mare Ke. If you want, Krishna wants us to be saved, he will save us. If you want to, either way. So we don't have to worry. But if you depend on Krishna, we are fearless. That's the most important thing in our life. So we need to, how to make ourselves happy is to follow the scriptural injunctions, follow the instruction of spiritual master. But if you are depending on science and technology for our solution, there will be more problems rather than alleviating any miseries, right? There is no way we can do anything. So there is always a frustration in our heart, and we always work so hard to end of the day, if I don't have something because somebody else has something, and because of the social pressure, actually it's not for us, it's not for me and my children, but because of the social pressure we will be working. What log kya kahenge, correct, no? What they will think. So actually most of the times we will be doing our knowingly, unknowingly we will be performing our duties for other people, not for us. So we have to come to the senses that whatever I am doing is for my betterment, not others' betterment. If they are like that, it's okay. That is their way of enjoying, their way of thinking, and their destiny. And I cannot be them, and they cannot be me. Right? So we need to understand that part, and you don't have to get into that situation of how I can become them. Rather than, if you come to the devotees association, the first thing is, it's good here. How can I become like him? That's most important. That's better than going to the other side and see, oh, I want to become like him. So this is beautiful. Coming here, sitting Krishna Katha, and somebody inspires us. How can I become like that Prabhu? It's that, and that inspires our. See, why do we need the devotees association? Somehow that devotee inspires in our heart and says, this is what you need to do. The other day, one of our devotees called me, and he was talking something, but he was said, Prabhu, life, it's totally, I don't know, past few days, it's frustration, Prabhu. I said, what happened? These things, life and office and Prabhu, I think it's all that we are in the same boat, but how do we get rid of that is, you know the solution, I know the solution, but we don't get there. It is just a matter of mind which is making us all this frustration. But we know the solution. It is not that we don't know. So, but that is the time we need to talk to a devotee. It is not that he doesn't know. It's not that because mind makes everything. Knowingly, I'll be doing something wrong. So we need to seek shelter of a devotee. Always. In that way, he will guide us what to do. And that, because if a devotee practices every day sadhana bhakti, and he would have heard something from Srimad Bhagavatam which has inspired him, and think about it, Krishna, a person who is already in frustration, somehow makes an arrangement to call that devotee, and devotee gets inspired, and he will just transfer that knowledge of what he has understood from that particular day, what he had heard or reading, and that inspires him. And then miseries are gone. It is not just me reading, even talking to a devotee and he inspiring me, the others inspiring me, is also Krishna Katha. Correct, no? So we need to, that's why the association is most important. We may not read, oh Prabhu, whole day there was a lot of things going on at home and then I was very busy. Don't worry, just call some devotee, talk to him. He will give you. Hey, you know what? I heard this. It's so nice. This story of Yashoda Mata in unmatched love for Krishna. I don't know how she can hold the stick in her hand and then control Krishna. In fact, controller Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. How can that Krishna can be? He is the control of everything, but how that Krishna can be controlled by a devotee? And if you even hear a few things every day, coming in the month of Damodar, we always meditate on this pastime. How can Krishna, a beautiful class on last Sunday, all right? Premananda Mataji gave such a wonderful class, like one after the other pastimes. It was like, wow, I never heard in my life. Such a nice, beautiful pastime. That inspires so much in our hearts that, wow, what a subject matter of Krishna it is. So that's what we need to think about all this. So because of the lack of Krishna consciousness, we suffer. That's why we come to association to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. And it says, whoever recites Srimad Bhagavatam. The thief was not even thinking about here Bhagavatam, but somehow he was fortunate, right? Somehow he heard that one sentence of Srimad Bhagavat Katha, and he got that fortunate. He got it. Going forward, that life will be straightened out, right? It might take 1,000,000 years, it might take 100 years, it might take 1,000,000 years. But one touch of a devotee's mercy. If a Manigriva and Nalakuvera and Manigriva, they were into, think about in Kailas, we all go to Ganges to take a dip in Ganges to take our karma out, to wash away the karma. Nalakuvara and Manigriva, they were there in the Manasi Ganga, right? In the higher planetary system Ganga, to, in fact, that sinful in Ganga. Think about it. I was telling Himangi, my daughter, to read, and she was, no. They said, Ganga, people go to Ganga to take a dip in Ganga to wash away the sins, but these persons were in Ganga to have more sin. But see, there also Narada Muni comes and gives the mercy. 1,000 years of the Arjuna trees. But see, they were able to see Krishna at end of, because of devotees' mercy. So our we always think about so many higher, I want to do this, oh no, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya, the simple thing, simple heart. Here Srimad Bhagavat Katha associated with the devotee. Because, of course, all these this chapter is having multiple incarnations. How many incarnations are there? Prabhupada describes like you go to the ocean and see how many waves are there, that many incarnations are there of Krishna. It's very difficult to digest. Yesterday's class, again, fantastic. Krishnas to Bhagavan Swayam. Even in spite of all those, so many incarnations, Krishna is all original form. From him, everything emanates. One candle, all the candles, from one candle, all the candles are lit, but that doesn't mean each candle, the brightness is less. Brightness is same. Because the potency of that original personalities is also there with all other candles. The potency is same, but still the original personality is there, which is Krishna. Such a beautiful, that Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's, it seems, purport is 7 pages, 8 pages. I was hearing from Rambat Maharaj the other day, telling, this class can go forever. It's very difficult to sit and, for us, we don't have the patience to sit and hear. Sometimes it goes for 2 to 3 hours class. When you say, we'll begin, look at the time, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, are we done? Are we done? So, more thing is, do we have that love of hearing, the taste of hearing? Then Krishna can reveal in our hearts. But how can Krishna can reveal in our... I was meditating on this yesterday and I started hearing what to do. It says clearly here, it's mystery. But one person who is a devotee of Krishna, he can be revealed, Krishna reveals in his heart. How do I understand this part? Now, of course, we would have had many, small percentage of realizations here and there. Yes, he is Krishna. Yes, he is Krishna. Krishna is the one. In my life, recent few months in my, family life, etc., have seen that Krishna's hand was there in every part, but we don't understand. Sometimes I feel, how this is happening? Misery. There is so many miseries going on, but how can I... somehow, Krishna was taking care of us. In the recent past, you see every day that Srimad Bhagavatam reciting at home, and the people coming and giving the association, Mukunda and Shruti coming and giving such a nice kirtan. Who did all this? Who orchestrated all this? We never asked it. People volunteered actually. Mukunda and Shruti, they volunteered. We did not ask it. And then Gauravani Prabhu came to the city, and I didn't even think about it. We didn't even think about it. And Mukunda asked Gauravani Prabhu, and he came home and he did a kirtan at home. Think about it, it's like a causeless mercy. How, and Prutashava Prabhu, Dhanakeli Mother, they came. So many devotees came. It's Krishna's orchestration. But we don't understand that how Krishna can take care of us. Krishna's hand is there in everybody's life when we are surrendered to him. When we are surrendered to him, we don't even understand. Just worshipping Tulasi alone, just Tulasi alone, she can take us back to the spiritual world. That's our realization so far. Jayadeva goes, I was hearing about this, how Krishna can reveal himself in the heart. Then somehow, Krishna's mercy again. I heard the pastime of Jayadeva Goswami. I just want to narrate that. Such is beautiful, and that touched my heart and says, see, Krishna is there. You don't have to worry. Because yesterday's discussion, Prabhu, I don't understand. Even I was talking about Dhanajapani Prabhu and then uh, Sri Krishna. Both were there. I said, Krishna is everything, but still, it's very difficult to understand how we say Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidanand. Adir Govinda is like original personality. How do I understand, Prabhu? Still in my heart, right? Krishna created everything. Material world also is created by Krishna. But how did Krishna come to? It's very difficult. And Dhananjay Pandit Prabhu was explaining. Maharaj, Radhanath Maharaj says, it's inconceivable to understand Krishna. It's mystery. It's mystery, actually a mystery. Whatever the pastime he does is a mystery. In spite of all those, just here, don't worry about it. It's mysterious, we know, but just hear Krishna Katha. Krishna can reveal my heart. So I just want to narrate a pastime of what happened for Jayadev Goswami. That really touched my heart, and that I was sharing with that. Jayadev Goswami is the author of Gita Govinda, and his wife's name was Padmavati. They were very much devoted to Lord Krishna. Actually, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared 500 years ago, but Jayadev Goswami appeared 400 years before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's what I heard. And he was from Bengal, and he was near to the. They were actually in a village near to Navadvip Dham. He was writing so many poems of Lord Krishna's pastimes, and he wrote something on Krishna's flute, which describes Radha and Krishna's pastimes. Somehow this poem was circulated in the state, and that it went to the court of the king. What is his name? Lakshman Sen. He was the king of Bengal, and the minister was called Govardhan. They heard this poem and then said, Lakshman Sen was asking Govardhan, the minister, who is this? Who has written this? Such a beautiful, ecstatic. Even hearing about this glories in that poem is making us feeling ecstasy. Who is that person who has written this? And then Govardhan was intelligent, he knows, and he has heard so many things about Jayadev Goswami. And he said, who can write? None other than Jayadev Goswami. And then king, he disguised himself as a Vaishnava, and he goes to meet Jayadev Goswami. The moment that holy man see king, he says, why are you here? Who are you? Why are you in disguise as a Vaishnava? You look like a king. Just right. Then even though, sometimes we dress ourselves as a devotee and come in front of Krishna, and sometimes I feel like that. When I heard this pastimes, I was thinking about it. Dhoti, kurta, chadar, and all this paraphernalia for me with a tilak, and then come in front of Krishna doing a lot of nonsense, and come in front of Krishna. Oh, you have become a devotee today. Dressed as a devotee. So Krishna knows what we are. In that way, the holy man see king, but the king was pious actually. He was very much touched. He was a devotee as well. And then the king accepted and said, yes, I'm a king, I'm sorry, I came here to see you. And then he said, please come, and we invited the saint, saying, come to the court of the kingdom, you be our main priest, taking care of all of us. And they said, no way, how can I come and have a material association? He rejected. But the king and if that is the case, Jayadeva Goswami was telling, that is the case, if you think this is the case, I'll just cross the Ganges, and even I'll leave the other part. I don't want to live in your kingdom. He said that. Then the king said, sure, you want to cross the Ganges and stay in the other part of the city, of the region? I can build such a nice kutir for you, and you can stay there, and I'll come and be a servant of you. He was so, just hearing that, Jayadeva Goswami said, no, I was just testing you. I want to see how much you are devoted to the Lord. And he came and said, I want to come and meet me, you have to come and meet me, but I want to test you how sincere you are, how serious you are. And then he accepted, and he became the chief priest, not just the priest, he is the advisor in the king's court, and they were very happy. And then one fine day, it continued. Jayadeva Goswami was writing Gita Govinda, and then there was a topic which came saying Lord Krishna was very, Lord Radharani is very angry, and Lord Krishna, he did a lot of, Krishnas and pastimes is very difficult to understand. But Krishna said, please forgive me, nothing happened. Krishna and Radharani was still angry. And the moment came that he wants to take the lotus feet of Radharani and put on his head. We have seen that picture. And when I went to Mukunda's house, even today, that they have that beautiful picture painting. I was thinking, where is this coming from, and heard this pastime. Wow, see, there is a lot of where this comes. It's not odd if somebody doesn't write something there. So then Jayadeva Goswami thinks about, how can I understand, how can I, it's such a supreme personality of God, he is the conqueror of all the cupids. How can this happen? How can surrender to Lord, to Srimati Radharani putting her lotus feet on his head? How can, no. Then he wanted to take a break, because he felt, no, how can I write this? Then he felt not writing, and then he took a break, and he told his wife, you know what, I'll just go to Ganges to take a dip in Ganges. By the time you make the prasadam ready. And he left, and a few minutes later, the Jayadeva Goswami was back. And wife was thinking, who is this? Oh, he has come back. He already finished everything? Yes, I finished everything. Is the prasad ready? Yes. He took shower again, took prasad, and he went back to that, take the pen, and he continued where Jayadeva Goswami completely, he left it. In that way, Krishna himself came as Jayadeva Goswami. He wrote and completed that. After some time, real Jayadeva Goswami came back, right? And then again, prasad ready? You already ate prasad? You already ate prasad? Oh, did I? Maybe I forgot. Then he goes back and with his open this poem, and he writes, sees that it's already been written, something great. And he was in tears. And he comes to his wife and tells, you are so fortunate that you saw Krishna. See, he has written this. They were both in ecstasy. The moment that happened, Gauranga Mahaprabhu appeared with long hair, such a personality. And they were all in tears, and Gauranga Mahaprabhu appeared, and he said, I am going to appear in this land of Navadvip in future, after 400 years. And I am going to hear your Gita Govinda every day. And I heard that when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in Jagannath Puri, sitting with Ramananda Raya and Swarup Damodar, he used to hear Gita Govinda every day, Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna Kathamrita every day. And there was one more which I forgot, Srimad Bhagavatam.
Gopi Gita, Tavakadhamrita.
Yeah. So that that's again, this is the Gopi Geet, right? So they were every day, he was listening every day. And somehow they see, just by the Lord's mercy, Gaurang Mahaprabhu appeared, Shadeva Goswami, and finally he told, leave this place and go to Jagannath Puri and worship Jagannath. I said, how can I leave this place? And by the instruction of Lord Gauranga, they both left and they were in Jagannath Puri. And they continued the Gita Govinda. And so many other, because not just the Gita Govinda, but in that he explains all the incarnations, right? It's not just one poem. In that poem, what is there in the poem? All the incarnations of the Lord, especially the Dashavata. And Sutta Goswami asks, explain, what exactly, what are the incarnations? And then Shukadeva Goswami explained, these incarnations are specifically in Vaikuntha. And that incarnations are again here, in this planet, material world. So, if you even just that 10 incarnations, meditate on that every day. It is not one story, right? Think about Lord Narsingadev, Varahadev, Matsya, Kurma. Kurma became such big to even handle that Mandhara Parvata. Such a beautiful pastimes. And Vamandev, it's very difficult to even, India sends one Chandrayaan 2 or something, and to go to the moon and with a rocket launch, and that also failure, right? Millions of dollars they spent, nothing happened. But that took many weeks to do that, and it was a failure as well. But Lord comes and appears as Vamandev, and in seconds he captured the entire universe. Upper planetary and lower planetary, he captured the entire universe. Such a nice thing. So he appeared as Ramachandra. I was thinking about Rambad Maharaj's Yatra. Such a Ram Katha is such a sweet. Ram, even chanting Ram is, you feel pleasure. And think about his Katha, it will be completely pleasure. Just hearing his Katha every day, wow. Such a beautiful pastime. If you even, not only just Ram, if you think about Ram, that means you should also think about Hanuman. Like that. So it's like association, devotees, one after the other. And Balaram, what Balaram did, he just tracked the whole Hastinapur to Ganges for one reason. And then Kalki avatar with the sword, and then Parshuram, he can 21, how many times? 21 times. Just hear this pastime every day in the morning and evening. Our life is successful. All the miseries are gone. So actually Jayadeva Goswami is really thinking, yes, Krishna can reveal on how much, it depends on how can he reveal. It's how much we do a devotion service from. The intention, and then how much we do devotion service more and more and more, Krishna can reveal more and more and more. Ye yathamam prapadyante tamstadeva bhajamiham. So revelation comes from Krishna as we surrender. So how to surrender and what kind of devotion service we do, it all depends on us, not on Krishna, because Krishna has given us free will. It all depends on us how much you want to do. If you want to do only a little bit, yes. You want to go to higher planetary system, he will facilitate. You want to go to Hawaii, he will facilitate. He'll say no. He can do whatever he wants to. But we need to know where we want to go. Krishna can facilitate. So Krishna says no, never say no to anybody. Even for demons also. Through Lord Brahma, Hiranyakashipu, oh, you want this to immortality? Yes, I can give you. But it's temporary. Think about Hiranyakashipu, he is not an ordinary man. How many years of austerity he did to just have to become immortal? It's not possible. And then the Samudra Mantram. Think about it. Just Mohini Murti, one Mohini Murti is enough to do, how she gave the nectar to devatas and cheating all the demons. So Krishna can do anything. It's mysterious. It's completely mysterious. And Lord Shiva comes and I want to see Vishnu form, Madhusudana, I want to see. Yeah, I heard about this, such a nice form. Can you show me that form? He was bewildered. Right? Even Brahma, Lord Shiva, it doesn't mean that they don't understand. But even they get bewildered. What about us? It's very difficult. So that's why we need to take shelter of Krishna. And like Gauranga Mahaprabhu appeared and he said, Jayadeva Goswami, I am here to preach the love of God. After 400 years of your, right? 400 years he came, that means 500 years ago he came and he preached us the chanting the holy name of the Lord. So it is not just reciting Srimad Bhagavatam in devotion service, basically, reinforced devotion service in our practices. Book distribution, reading, Harikatha, chanting the japa, kirtan, they're all devotional service. These are all pastimes. Then our life is successful. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Any comments? Still not ready, maybe. Give comments, it will be nice.
It was so nice, Prabhu. That's all I can say. The past few days, I've kind of been, like you were saying, haven't been able to attend. There's too many things going on at work and everything. And, today, last night I said, whatever it is, I'll come. It was so beautiful. And now I'm really regretting that I haven't been, whatever it is, I haven't been coming for Bhagavatam.
Yeah, it helps.
I have to do it no matter what. Get up early and just, it's just so amazing. And Jayadeva Goswami's, that story, we've kind of grown up listening to that story.
Yeah, you're from Bengal.
Dehi Pada Vallabha Mudara is the word, is that sentence which Krishna himself came and wrote.
Wow, such a beautiful pastime. Even I was thinking when I was preparing for this class, but I woke up in the morning and I heard again what to speak. I felt, because that Yuddha Kale Shastra Vyasa is there, right? Basically, I'm going to exam. I'm going to exam, and so I need to prepare. That last minute preparation is very strong sometimes. But I felt waking up early morning and just hear this Krishna Katha with a rapt attention, because I have to speak something, rapt attention. Oh my God. How about that they're doing that every day? Thank you so much. One check.